Yo everybody, we are back here again today for another exciting video, and as you can see I had a little bit of a recording mishap. I started recording the draft and then it kind of got messed up on me, but this is the first pick we make, 95th, and we picked Maestro and he's awful, so that's pretty dope. We pick again at 122. Let's see, we haven't really had any, so Clefbaum is a bust, so we're going to want to keep an eye on that. Teratukin is someone that our scout is recommending. Bottom 6 forward, pretty low overall. Again, we're pretty much just using all these for trade fodder at this point. Like, none of these guys are going to be that good, I don't think. I'm just going to pick pretty much anybody that my scout thinks we should pick. Yeah, we didn't pick until 95th in this draft, which is pretty poor, which means we didn't end up picking until like almost the end of the third round, which kind of sucks, to be honest, but that's okay. We still actually have quite a few picks, so you know we're getting a decent amount of kind of interesting trade fodder. So we all know those guys are going to be like AHL top something. Yeah, all of these guys are just AHL kind of top forwards now, which is definitely no good. I'm actually going to see what happens if I go by potential here. There are some possible elites in here. Let's take this Emerton guy and maybe see low 7th D. That hurt. And that's the end of the draft there with that low 7th D. So we didn't get a good pick there in the slightest. But now we're here to an important part of the season, which is the re-sign phase here. So we've got about 12 contracts that are ending soon. I don't know how many are actually ending this season. So it looks like we're going to have to re-sign Larson, Heinen, Lowry, and a couple other players that I don't really feel like needing to re-sign. So we've got about 16 million in cap space. So assuming these guys don't want like super crazy deals, I think that we can probably make this work. I would like to bring Larson back. 4 million though. I think we'll give him that. I think he had a decent year last year. Heinen I would also like to bring back. Like, I would like to essentially get back most of the players that we already have. Like, you know what I mean? I would essentially like to make sure that the players that we do have on the team we're keeping. Although Aston Reese, that might have been a little bit of an overpayment on his part there for sure. But these guys seem to know what they're looking for. We're gonna keep these guys unsigned because they're still you know kind of, there's still people that we can trade away even though they're unsigned. I believe, who is it that needs to be re-signed this year? It's Saros that needs to be re-signed. Where is Markstrom? Okay, so he doesn't need to be re-signed, but Saros does. Saros doesn't want that much money, but I'd like to get him for more than a year. I'd like to get him for 2 years at 1.6. I think would be a good kind of look for us. So let's go about that. Advance a day and see who kind of accepts. Heinen does. Lowry does. Lowry and Larson both do. And it looks like everybody else. So Lowry and Larson do not want, or they might want to come back, but they didn't quite like the offer we were giving them. So let's actually see who's going to be in free agency, because I don't really feel like spending 4.6 million for an 83 overall defenseman. So let me see who the pending free agents are in the defensive area. See if we can maybe get a stellar defenseman to back up. I mean, Hamilton's going to be an interesting one, or even someone a little bit, you know, worse like Murray as well. Like, I mean, we're gonna have what, almost 13 million in cap space, or maybe about 10 million if we try to re-sign Lowry. Is that who else we were missing that didn't want to come back? Okay, yeah, let me try to get Lowry back at least. I quite like Lowry, even though he really didn't play all that well. We'll try to give him 2.1. Just a little bit more than he wanted, because I believe we gave him exactly what he was asking for, and he didn't seem to like that very much. So that's still not enough for him. So I'm honestly thinking that we just release them both, and we just say, screw you. You don't want to play on this team. I really couldn't care less. I feel like we can get something better than an 80 and an 83 overall with 12 million in cap. So I'm going to say, screw you, Larson. and also screw you, Lowry, and you can try your luck in the free agent pool. Kadri didn't quite like that Lowry was being taken away, but so let's just make sure that we have, you know, a decent grasp here. I think we're going to try to give Giordano a contract extension like quite soon, because he's going to be a big one that we're going to have to keep an eye on. We should we should honestly almost think about maybe replacing Giordano. He's getting up in age. He is a great player. He's been doing nothing but good things for us, but I think that he's hit his last leg. So I think that if I'm not mistaken, that's pretty much everybody that we're going to have to worry about here. Yeah, that's everybody we're going to have to worry about here for, you know, free agency, which is good. Let me just send to free agency, I guess. Like, that's everybody that we needed to worry about for re-sign phase. There were a couple scouts that we, you know, didn't renew, but we'll make sure that we hire some scouts. So Larson is a defenseman. Hamilton wants a decent, you know, deal, obviously, which is, it's honestly not something that I'm prepared to offer someone of his stature. I wouldn't mind going with Murray. Yarmulson would also be an interesting choice. He's not asking for as much because he's a little older. He also only wants a year, so we could kind of put him on the team this year and kind of perhaps see how he does. So I'm honestly thinking of offering him maybe $5 million for a year, just because there are some other teams interested. So I'll give him a shot, and that will give us about, we'll say $7 million on the dot to get a forward to replace Lowry. So let's just kind of see all skaters here. Nuge would be an interesting one. Gallagher would also be an interesting one. Kase is an interesting one. I'm honestly thinking Kase, just because he's young, he could improve, but he wants a lot of money for an 82 overall. But it's because of his age, I think, that he's going to get away with getting that much money from somebody. I would really like to get Landeskog as well. Screw it. Let's try to get them both. We're not going to have the cap for that, obviously. We're way over the cap. We'll see who responds first, and we'll go from there. Ooh, Perron. Edit that trade. How good is Perron playing well? Is he a decent overall? I mean, that would solve our forward problem there quite easily. Honestly, yeah, I'll take that. That actually solves a pretty big problem of mine there. Now I'm honestly hoping we don't get yes. Okay, so Yarmulson said no, which is honestly for the best, because, you know, so let's go and see, you know, what our lines are probably going to be looking like here. So we're going to have Landeskog and Kadri. So actually, let me go centers first. So Kadri, Strome, Hinostraza, and Heinen are going to be kind of our top four. And then we'll have Landeskog, Raquel, Perron, and Bratt, which means we have a lot of fodder here. A lot of really good fodder, actually. We may want to rethink this whole situation. We may want to maybe work on... I mean, we could keep Perron for now and trade these younger guys for somewhere where we might be lacking, because I'm pretty nervous about getting rid of Giordano. I don't think his trade value is going to be big, and I want something pretty similar to his value in return. So we're definitely going to have to be careful of that, and we have absolutely no depth in the right wing area. Are any of... Okay, so a lot of these guys are capable of playing the right wing as well, so we're going to have to maybe see closer to the regular season kind of what we're looking at here. And we're kind of lacking on a defenseman. We need one more defenseman here as well, so we're going to have to be careful about that. So how much cap do we have? 2.315 million. I'll see if there's a decent defenseman in free agency for that, you know, that little money. I can't see it, honestly. Like 2.3 million, the best we could get is like, we couldn't even get an 80. Well, we could get Bouwmeester, or we could get Hutton, we could get Nemeth, we could get Coburn. You know, a couple of these guys wouldn't be bad, but I think we were going to be better off trying our luck with trade. That may be an absolutely huge mistake. I really don't know. Third round in 2022 for a third round, and no, that's not worth my time. We're going for an interesting run, and I think we're going for a cup run again this coming year. So I can't see that being anything of use to me. People really want this Korolev guy, and he's not signed to us. So it's obviously not going to hurt us that much to take him, but I don't want Komarov. I would rather die than get caught with that contract. A 79 overall for 3 mil. Korolev for a 4th and a 7th in 2023. No, if it was 2022 picks, I would maybe consider that. Spiza. That could be the defenseman that I need. Nope, it couldn't be. Not a bad contract there, but not a contract that I'm looking to take on right now. Hutton, I believe Hutton's playing decently. He's an 80 overall, but I believe we traded them Hutton, or we had Hutton at some point. I don't really know how he got all the way over there. He didn't play well last season. I don't want to. I really don't want to put my money on Hutton playing well. I don't want Spiza. I just don't. He's not worth my time. Come on. I want to try to kind of get through a decent portion of this season here in this episode, but this whole re-sign phase and stuff is taking quite a while. So let's see what the lines look like. That top line is nasty, I will not lie. Bratt is improving heavily. We're going to want to keep an eye on DeBrusk. DeBrusk seems to be having some minor issues. I feel bad putting Kadri that far down. Okay, this is... I mean, that looks like a pretty good starting lineup, I will not lie. It's the defense that I'm really worried about, because I want to get rid of Giordano this year. He has to go. He hasn't been playing bad, but he's 37 and he's going to go downhill like so fast. It's not even... I can't even begin to explain to you how bad that could be for us. So first things first, before the season even starts, it's time to say goodbye to Gio. His trade value is going to be useless, isn't it? His trade value is going to be just dead nothing. It's actually not. Is this my lineup? Who is Sergachev and where did he come from? Who is Sergachev? As if I don't know who Sergachev is. He's an 88 overall. Where is he on my lineup? Why is he not up there with Gio? Did I just completely forget about the fact that this guy's just some kind of stellar friggin' defenseman now or something? Sergachev, my guy. What is up? Okay, that's friggin' dope. I mean, there's a replacement for Gio right there on our team, but now we kind of have an opening here to... We've got a lot to work with. I didn't realize that Sergachev is like our highest trade value. Our defensemen are stellar. Okay. I also need to check something else. I think I saw that that what's his name? Holtz? He's playing, but is he playing? Sorry, this is like the worst way I could possibly be doing this. But is Holtz on the lineup? I believe he is, right? Because I want him to be. He's not. Well, I don't want to play him scratch, that's for sure. No, I'm not scratching my elite player. Are you losing? Are you kidding? Never in a million years would that have ever happened. So these guys can actually... Oh, this is so tough. Okay, that's fine. We're fine. So again, we have a little bit of a trade. We have some trade fodder to work with here. So we're going to try to get a decent replacement for Gio. Now that Sergachev is an 88, it doesn't have to be an 89 overall. I didn't realize Sergachev was doing that good. Like, I didn't think he was even close to being that good. So I'm certainly going to take that. I'm not going to lie. Chychrun would be an interesting one. He could definitely show some massive improvement on our team. McAvoy would be an interesting one as well, but he probably doesn't have that long left, and he's going to want a deal and a half. Krug is an interesting one. I don't think there's just not a world where we get a guy like Krug. Ristolainen would be a fun one as well. How many years does he have left? One. Like, again, I'm not looking for a one-year deal right now, not with kind of the signings you may have to make next year. It just doesn't seem worth it to me to get a one-year deal. Slavin's an interesting one. He's locked up in a contract for quite a few more years here at an 86. That's an interesting one as well. Like, Duncan Keith is old as well. Like, it's an issue here because we're gonna have to. Like, Makar. Wow, he is getting paid the big bucks. Yeah, he's getting paid more than Gio. This is tough, guys. I mean, again, I would really prefer not to do a one-year deal. The main reason that I'm getting rid of Gio is because I don't want to re-sign him again this early to a deal that's that good. I mean, there's no way these guys are going to want to get rid of a guy like Heiskanen, right? I mean, we could try to give them Nichushkin, Del Mastro, and who... I mean, DeBrusk is worth so much, and he has a horrible overall right now. What if we... Oh my god, that puts them way over the cap. This is awkward. And if we give them DeBrusk, we should have someone to replace DeBrusk, but just in case we don't, let's just maybe kind of have a look-see at what kind of forwards we're working with. I don't need a crazy forward, and I don't need one that's super, super high trade value or anything. Like, Brown wouldn't be bad. Iafallo wouldn't be bad. Like, I just need someone in return that's a little bit better than DeBrusk. That still puts Dallas over the cap by quite a bit. I really want to make this deal work just because of the fact that I think it would be cool to have... Who are we even going for? I can't even remember who we're going for at this point. Like, I'd have to take someone that has a bigger deal than Iafallo, so I'd have to take someone that's like $3 million. Brown's only got 1 year left. I mean, okay, that would actually be league approved. I mean, come on now, that's got to be a close trade. Like, they've got to be at least considering that. I feel bad that we keep kind of cheesing and using our picks, but like, yeah, I think it's going to be tough for us to get them to get rid of Heiskanen. Just due to the complete fact of how good he is. What if we give them a third and a second in the future here? Yeah, I don't know if there's a world where we can take Heiskanen off their hands, which is quite unfortunate. Wow, what are these guys? Those are some interesting overalls there. But yeah, like I said, like I have to get something in return for Gio. Like it has to be something. Like Ekblad would be great. Again, though, I can't see the trade value really being there. Florida would still be over the cap there too. Like, if I wanted to take just like a smaller forward from them, like give me like this guy. Like they don't really seem to want to budge on their current price, which is making things kind of difficult, I will admit. Like I would love to make a deal for Gio. I think it's going to be tough with just the way his contract is. Although these guys want to get rid of him. 1 year left on Hamilton. That's not going to happen. I see why they want to get rid of him now. Suter's pretty. Yeah, this is tough. This is. I don't think I've seen a single defenseman that I've even thought would be a good idea to take. Ekholm's an interesting choice. They do want to get rid of him. If we could maybe get Ekholm, and if they would give me some kind of forward that would kind of help my depth. Not Danault, not Filppula. Rodriguez would be an interesting one. Or do we just have faith that DeBrusk can turn his career around? This would do wonders for our cap situation. But is it a worthwhile opportunity for us is something that I'm kind of worried about. This Fleury kid is an interesting prospect as well. What if we can maybe make a trade for this Fleury kid? Let's see. If I can maybe use Del Maestro. I mean, our trade value is honestly looking pretty close, and they do want to get rid of Ekholm. So I'm hoping that because of that, we can make some kind of deal go through. Can live with what you're asking to send us your way. We're glad that you're paying attention to our trade block. That said, you're a bit off in value. So we're only a bit off. So let's just kind of go through our picks here. Let's try giving them a 7th first. Nope. You don't want the 7th. What about the 6th? Oh, hello. The 6th? Nope. Okay. What about the 5th? Oh my god, why is it being glitchy like that? The 5th in this upcoming draft? No, I feel like we're getting close. I feel like we're getting a little bit closer. The 4th in this upcoming draft? Oh. And that does it. Okay. I mean, we're already 23 minutes in and I feel like we've done absolutely nothing. Apologize for that. I feel like we've been spending so much time trying to get these friggin' trades off that it's just been ridiculous. So I guess we'll put Ekholm here. Put Fleury here. And pray that they're going to have some massive improvement. I want Sergachev up on the top line. So this looks like it's going to be our defensive lineup for this opening season. I have faith that DeBrusk can turn it around. I really, really need to have faith in Holtz. I would like to find a way that I can... I want Holtz to have the best experience here in the NHL. And if he can get a +1 overall to his chemistry, I think that's going to be important. Okay. So we'll definitely take that. I think this is a good start. What's wrong with our lines? Our defense is missing something? Oh, our AHL has nobody. Duclair, I guess. Duclair has gotten that bad that fast. He was on our third line there last year. Oh my god, he's just the worst. Okay. That's nerve-wracking. Okay, I think we need to call Myers down. I think we need to call Myers down to our AHL team here, because that is just that's not a good look. Being over the allowable player limit. Screw you. Where is he? I'm looking for Myers. You. Send Myers down to the minors. And we'll just throw him in. Let me switch to the AHL team here. We'll throw Myers down here on. Man, Andrew Shaw's down here too. We had a couple guys that just didn't pan out for us. Duclair is a horrible human being, apparently. So put Myers on here. You know, give him a shot in the AHL. See if he can improve. Maybe give him some top line time. I'm thinking about sending Duclair to the friggin' on the friggin' trade block. Even if we get just something crappy for Duclair, I don't want that kind of. Is Duclair even a defenseman? That's probably why he was so upset. Why did they have Duclair on defense? I guess Myers is probably not a defenseman either. We're just putting Randy's wherever they want to go. I feel bad for that, but I'm getting rid of Duclair ASAP. I don't even care what I get in return. Give me. Actually, I kind of do care what I get in return, but give me Nick Ritchie. Just kidding. Don't give me Nick Ritchie. Just give me someone that's AHL ready. It's decently AHL ready. Like, yeah, just give me Casey. I don't want Duclair anymore. Get rid of some of my cap. I'm not keeping. Really? You don't want to make that trade? You don't want to give me an AHL forward for friggin' Duclair? Come on now. Take this. Nobody wants Duclair. Oh my god, we're stuck. How many? He has 4 years left. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Give me something. Literally, any skaters. Lowest trade value you can get. Just get him out of here. Boston doesn't have any cap space. I'm serious. Just get rid of him. Oh my god, they're just no one's gonna take him. Take Shaw too. Look at how much cap we'd have. Yeah, you take that, and take a bunch of my unsigned players too. I don't care. Just take them. Okay, let's see if we can see if that deal will go through. Nobody wants them. Absolutely nobody wants friggin' Duclair. I can't friggin' blame you. That guy's an annoyance. Is there anybody that wants more than Duclair? They want Duclair and Korolev. Give me the worst of the worst. I don't even think this guy is signed. They just nobody wants him. Is there anybody else that you want off my team? Like, at this point, I'll give you anybody you want. Dude, oh my god. We're stuck with friggin' Duclair. How long is left on Shaw's contract? Okay, Shaw's at least done next year, but friggin' Duclair, we've got him for 4 more years, and he's an absolute stain on my existence. Okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm not upset. I'm not upset at all. So I'm thinking that we should be good for this year. We've got some interesting players here. Perron and Simmons are the guys that I'm definitely looking to see whether they improve. Holtz as well is going to have a big year this year. Yeah. So since we've wasted 30 minutes trying to do trades and all this other ridiculousness, let's sum up to December 1st here. VC. Nope. Not for me. You can keep him, Detroit. I hope you enjoy him. I've already taken on too many stupid trades. Calvert might have been a good option, but I'm not really looking to make too many changes yet until we kind of see what we're looking at here. interesting to see. We're definitely not having as good of a preseason, but honestly not too worried about the preseason. It's the regular season that we're obviously we should be a little bit worried about. Guess we'll assign our scouts here as well, make sure that we have them, you know, kind of finding prospects literally anywhere all year. Just make sure that we've got them doing their job here. But yeah, I mean, this has been quite an interesting franchise, to be honest. I'll be completely real with you guys. I am awful at franchise mode, and I don't know if that shows in my videos. I feel like I probably make some stupid decisions that I probably shouldn't make, or I might jump the gun a little bit too quick on some decisions, or things like that. Like maybe everybody was screaming at me saying, no, for the love of God, don't get rid of Gio. Maybe it wasn't time for that yet. Like I said, I really don't know. Like I don't have a clue what I'm doing, if I'm being honest. I don't have a clue. I'm pretty much just chilling, just trying to have a good time. I mean, I'd say I'm doing all right as a GM, considering, you know, our first year we almost go straight to the cup. I really don't know. I think I'm doing all right. I think I'm interested to see how you guys think I'm doing. I'm obviously completely ruining our whole draft pick situation for like the entirety of the rest of our career, which is probably going to put me in the crapshoot here shortly if we don't win the cup. So I'm kind of going all in on the cup run at this point, and hoping that we're never going to be in a situation where we have to do a complete rebuild. Obviously, I don't think it's going to be that hard for us to make our draft picks back if we really want to. Like, we get offered draft picks for some of our players all the time. So if I'm being completely honest, I'm not honestly all that worried about it. I think if we really need to, we can make back draft picks with some of our unsigned players and things like that pretty easy. So yeah, I'm not too stressed about that. I'm not too worried about that. But here we are here in the regular season. Like I said, I would like to go all the way to... let's go January 1st here, I think, is where I kind of want to end up. I'm trying to do the simulation for this season a little bit quicker, just due to the fact that we spent so much friggin' time in the off season doing different things. So I'm having an odd feeling, though, especially judging by what I'm seeing right here, that we're gonna tank hard this season, and that stresses me out. Kadri wants to speak about ice time. Right now I do not feel like playing 15 and 10 minutes is enough ice time given my ability. I honestly agree with that. I agree. I'll promise him that, honestly. So we'll put Nazem up a pedestal here. Let's stop the simulation. His morale is pretty high. We'll just slow down, slow your roll. We are not playing well this season. I think what I might do is I might just chalk it and do like best lines as of right now. Just let the best lines rock here and kind of see what it's gonna do for me. So we've got Kadri like that. We've got Holtz down here. So this is what they say our best lines are. I will completely agree with that, I guess. And kind of just go and just kind of rock with it. We're not playing well as a team this season, which is a little worrying to me, because I don't want guys like Holtz to kind of lose steam. He was improving really steadily, and now he's just kind of I'm worried that he may hit a standstill now, just due to the fact of how things are going. So he's glad that I could give him some extra ice time. His morale is still pretty good. We're not having a good start to the season at all. We may need to look into making some interesting changes here. B-Jugs, no. But yeah, so it looks like this may be more of a tank-heavy season. DeBrusk wants to talk to me. Not happy with this organization. I think it's time to part ways. I demand a trade. Okay, so we'll give him a trade here. I haven't honestly been enjoying having DeBrusk on the team either. So the fact that he himself wants to go, I think, is going to make this... Look at his overall. So does Duclair. Yeah, well, buddy, I would love to get rid of you. You have no idea how much I would like to get rid of you. Yeah, you're right. I'll try my hardest to make it happen. So Duclair and DeBrusk both want to trade. Slow the roll. Stop this. Okay. So let's try to get rid of DeBrusk and Duclair here in kind of a two-part deal. So where is my boy DeBrusk? Where you at, bro? Oh my god, look at his trade value. We should have traded him when we could. That is awful. Duclair, where are you? So we have about -7 trade value for both of these guys right now, which is bad. But I mean, at this point, anybody would be an improvement in comparison to these guys. Like, what about Terry? You'll take that? Okay, so they don't seem to want to take that, and I honestly don't blame them. I don't know how we're going to get rid of these two, to be completely honest. Any skaters that we have that are matching their block? Nobody that I'm willing to get rid of right now. No goalies. I don't really want to get rid of any of these upcoming picks. We've gotten rid of so many picks that I just can't. I can't in good conscience get rid of any more. Let's see who some of our unsigned players are that we may be able to give up here. Teratukin and Beck, both unsigned players. Okay, so maybe we're going to have to get rid of someone that's maybe not an unsigned player, but maybe a CHL player like Perot. I'm nervous about this. Because obviously Duclair isn't playing, so we don't have to really worry about replacing him per se. But we do have to replace DeBrusk, which is proving to be tougher than I would have liked. We're going to have to use a draft pick again. I want to use one way deep in the future, like a cheesy-ass one. Like, do like a second rounder in the future. To just get rid of, like, they just don't want DeBrusk or Shaw. Wait, was Shaw? I'm not trying to get rid of Shaw. I'm trying to get rid of Duclair. I just lost full. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay, so they're not going to give us Terry, which is unfortunate. Just literally give me any forward that's not worth like any trade value. Nick Ritchie. Wow, there's Guryanov. He's actually improved a little bit. Fuck, screw it. Let's take him back. You got to take that, right? Thank you. I will definitely take Guryanov back without a issue. I will take Guryanov back, and I'm hoping that maybe him and our boy Holtz might be able to kind of make some moves here. How are we doing down here? How's Holtz doing? So he's actually doing really well. I'd like to put him up. How's Simmons doing though? Yeah, Simmons is playing awful. Wasn't Simmons on our top line not long ago? Oh, dude, we are in a mess. We are in a mess for our career right now. 3 goals in 14 games. Simmons is absolutely sharded in his sheets. Screw it. We're going rebuild, I guess. That's the goal. We're just gonna go for worst in the league this year. Let me just sim all the way to the end. Let me sim right before the trade deadline, and we'll see if we can salvage this season in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, you're welcome, DeBrusk. You're not even on my team anymore. I don't want to speak to you. I can't wait to hear Duclair. Next year is going to be a big year for us now because we're going to have so much cap space getting rid of these friggin' idiots. Duclair's gone, DeBrusk is gone. I bet the locker room is cheerful as all hell now because Duclair is a devil. Shaw's down there living his best life, earning almost $4 million to play in the minors. God damn it. Where is Guryanov? I put Guryanov on, right? He is playing. Back up. Stop. This has been a mess of an episode, my guys. I am so sorry. We're almost at 40 minutes, and I feel like we've accomplished -7 things. Guryanov is on the team. He's not. He's just not. Simmons is back up to an 84 overall. This guy is flip-flopping all over the place. Fuegel's and big old Warren, my guy, is not having a good go of it. Where is Guryanov? Let me put Guryanov on. I feel bad that he's scratched, and I think that he's going to be a good addition to this lineup, to be honest. So we'll have our young guys down at the bottom there. Hopefully, we'll see some improvement out of them either during this regular season or kind of in the off season. We're now honestly not tanking as hard as we were before, which is worrying me. Because I was kind of betting on a tank, and now I'm sorry about how I'm playing out there, says Mr. Ryan Strome. I don't think I'm performing to the best of my abilities. Let's see if there's any way we can help him. I think I need better chemistry with my line mates or more ice time. Okay, so he wants some different line mates, which we'll stop and do for him too, because nobody is ever happy in this friggin' game. So he gained a little bit of morale there. Let's stop the presses here. Gurianov's pretty hype for being dressed. Landeskog is also not performing as well as he would like. So he also wants a change, and I believe those are our two guys on our top line. So our top line is having some issues, and I think if we can work on this for them, we may see some changes here. So let's stop the sim. I mean, we're back up to almost like we're back up to a decent record here after a really awful start to the season. So maybe Perron is the issue. Like, what if we? Okay, no, that absolutely slaughters the chemistry. So that ups the chemistry. That really ups the chemistry. How about that? I feel bad putting Strome down, but Kadri's been playing out of his mind on the second line, giving these guys a +2 overall. So I think Strome may not be happy, but Landeskog will be, and I think that's important. I'm worried about how Strome's going to react. I hope it doesn't completely ruin his morale, because he is a pivotal part of this team as well, and there's definitely no denying that. But I think Landeskog could prove to be an even more pivotal part to this team. So Landeskog is happy that I kept my promise. Haven't heard from Strome yet. So I'm a little nervous about that. We'll see. We're losing a little bit of chemistry. Apparently I broke my promise with Strome because let's do persuasion, I guess. I ripped his morale. It's chalked. He just lost so much morale there. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, this has become worrying because we're not necessarily tanking, but we're also not necessarily not tanking. We're going to become one of those kind of middle of the road teams here. And if we don't make the playoffs, I'm honestly quite nervous for us, to be honest. I would like to kind of see us either way lower or way higher in the standings. I'm honestly down to keep losing. The Bruins fire their head coach. That's an interesting change. So we're in 6th place in our division with 37 points. Which is, that's the thing, we're actually getting a decent amount of points. Do we start trading off some of our all-star players, get rid of Landeskog and get rid of some of these guys, or do we just pray that we're gonna chart the sheets here for the rest of the season? I really don't know. A 5th and a 7th for a 4th and a 5th, and we'll get Calvert. No. Oh, what to do? What to do? We're actually Nemesnikov. No. I mean, we're actually low-key putting ourselves in maybe a position to make the playoffs. I don't know. Oh, we're gonna be that team that just misses. This could be a bad season for us. We have some choices to make at the deadline. Yeah, we definitely have some choices to make here at the deadline. New Jersey Devils fired Joe Thornton as their head coach. Rip Joe. Oh, actually, we're... Okay. I mean, we're low-key going on a little bit of a of an end of the season run here, not gonna lie. Okay, I mean we've now just inched ourselves possibly to a playoff position, which is putting me in even tougher of a position here. Because I don't know if I want to. Perron. 60 said, dude, Perron is going off. Holtz is having a really good time this season. I mean, he's not getting a lot of points, but I mean, his overall is improving. Oof. Well, now I don't... You know what? I think that we just don't make a change. I think that I'm going to risk it for the biscuit here. I'm thinking that we just see what happens. This could be... Actually, let's enter the trade deadline here and see if there's something interesting that kind of tickles our fancy. Well, my fancy has been tickled pretty friggin' hard here. How much do you want Patrice for? Everything. You want everything for Patrice. That's not happening. Taze, Falk, Hamilton, Barry, Hoffman. Hoffman is an interesting one. Hurdle as well is quite an interesting option. Their trade value is quite high, so no. I'm sticking to my guns. We're not making a single change to the squad here, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see whether I screw our team or whether I make a good decision and get us into the playoffs. If we don't make the playoffs, it's chalked. This could be the worst decision I've ever made. If we don't make the playoffs here, I will admit. Am I worried about it? Heavily. Do I think we will make the playoffs? We're about 5 points ahead right now, or 6. Lindholm goes to Winnipeg for Ehlers. Jamie Benn goes to New Jersey. Anaheim is placing Mitchell Stevens on waivers. He's a 4th line forward. No, I don't think he is. He's not to our team anyway. So yeah, we're about 4 points ahead of the Blue, or 3 points ahead of the Blues now. We have got them on our tail here. Ooh. Okay. This is sketchy. We gotta be getting wins, like up the yin-yang. We need to be getting wins right now. Come on. We gotta beat the Wild. Okay, we don't beat the Wild, but we do get a point. So they don't get too far away from us here. We get a win against Tampa. I'm stressed. The Lightning are very, very close to edging us out. The Blues have now edged us out. We're now tied with the Blues. Okay, we're now ahead of the Blues. We have a huge end to the season there. I don't know if the Blues have played all their games, but if they did, Perron had a year. Our first player on our team to go over a point per game, and it's friggin' Perron. So we clinch a playoff spot along with the Blues, which is good. We do clinch a spot. In terms of where we place in the entire league, we've fallen off the pedestal a little bit, guys, I will admit. I'm interested to see how we do at the beginning of the off season here. We play Winnipeg at the beginning of the off season. Now we're not going to be doing that in this episode, as there's only, I like to keep these around, an hour in length. This year has been a crazy year. I think next year is going to be a really big year for us, just due to the amount of cap that we've been able to get rid of. Getting rid of Duclair and getting rid of DeBrusk, that cleared up about $6 million in cap when we already had a decent amount extra. So I think that's going to be super huge for us. Going to be super, super good. But yeah, guys, as always, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you enjoyed this episode, or the last one, or have been enjoying this series so far, please feel free to support me in any way you can. Like, subscribe, comment, interact with me, because I love interacting with y'all. But yeah, guys, as always, hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you in the next episode. Peace out, guys.